joined by the hardest working man on the fan dance. You coming up top of Jacobs in your t-shirt. What was your time?
Was it 4:15?
For the conditions that we were in, that's amazing. You didn't use walking poles.
No crampons.
People watching this, they think they're past it. What is your message to them? So you've come in from Denmark?
Yeah.
Amazing, especially for the fan dance.
Yeah.
Are you guys like active duty?
I'm active duty.
Oh, awesome. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So are you doing a bigger trip of Wales, or you came specifically for this event?
Just been to this. Done this before?
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
Is it the best time?
4:09, but that was better conditions than this.
Okay.
So I'm joined by a fellow Dutchie. What's your name?
Victor.
Victor. And are you a veteran or just an enthusiast?
Well, this is my second time,
Oh, okay.
so that's not really a veteran, but...
Oh, second time? Okay. Last year?
Yes.
Oh, I did last year. Fantastic. The pack looks really like a proper thing. Like, did you former active duty? Heb je dienst gezeten?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's got the actual issue pack. How long have you been out? Oh, we're actually starting. I think. Oh no, we're going to the start. Yeah, so how long ago are you still serving? How long ago did you leave?
It's 25 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, a bit like me.
This is good fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Every once in a while, you know, stretch yourself a bit.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry?
Yes.
Right, you're going to see him on the too.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you a minute to put that in the top of that beast.
Okay. I'll check in the jacket.
Again? I'm alright with that. Swatch at the back anyway. Good luck, everybody! Stand up!
Yeah, good luck. Do you mind being on the, because I do these videos?
Yeah, no.
Let me put here with Steve.
We met last year
Yeah.
on the return leg.
Yeah.
Slightly different conditions.
We're off to a reasonably good start.
Yeah.
And you also did the AEE Festive 50.
Yes, I did.
Steve.
Yeah, I did.
So that is, for those who don't know, 50 miles or 80 kilometers between Christmas and New Year, Loadbearing. And I have to say, I can definitely feel the training makes a difference.
Surprising that, because at the start of it, I feel like you've got ages.
Yeah.
Just a bit of walk in the park, but what you're doing busy over Christmas and that, still realise you've got to do 6 and a bit miles a day.
Yeah, I lost the first day because I just couldn't. And that means you're doing at least 10k a day, aren't you?
Yeah.
I really...
Yeah, no, so I messed up. I missed the first 2 days.
Yeah.
I did a 22 miler, which was a bit of a mistake. I wasn't really training.
Yeah.
And I sort of really messed my legs up. I was hobbling the next day. So I lost 2 days.
Yeah.
Then I did a 16 and I thought I'm not going to complete it. And then, yeah, managed to get the last 11 done and whatever it was. But it was difficult this year. But good fun.
Nice one. Well, hope you put in a good effort today.
Yeah, you too.
See you later, Steve.
Yeah, all right, mate. Take care.
Coming up to the gate. Again, I've got to feel positive about the start. Off to a good pace. Here's a good old slog. Glad I prepared well because I don't think I could have done it otherwise. It's proper. Just smashing through the snow. This is without doubt the most wintry winter fan dance I've ever done. This is a proper slog. My heart rate is consistently over 160. Which is not a problem. I'm quite happy being in the red zone for prolonged periods of time. One of my micro spikes got dislodged when I was running earlier. So good, thanks you. Good work. So I'm going to keep really good pace, but I'm not going to run on them anymore because it took quite a bit of time lost a bit of time to get them properly back on. Some of the faster Runners are now coming from the opposite side.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Well, it's a
That's
nice
still
short
good.
one, isn't it, this today?
Yeah, exactly.
The bottom, so all good.
Yeah, Martin
good?
Holmes. Yeah, all good,
Keeping?
all good.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, yeah. No, enjoying it. I mean, this is
good,
a
isn't it?
proper winter fan dance,
This
isn't
is a
it?
proper one. Right.
Have a good one. Nice work. Fast again, mate. Bloody hell.
Well done.
Nice work. See you later. The most photogenic man on the mountain.
286.
I'll have to put you on the thumbnail again, Mark.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that explained a few things. I was a bit shocked at how much quicker some people I know were than me, but the turnaround point has been brought closer because they couldn't get a vehicle to the regional turnaround point. So that explains a few things. I saw Jimmy so much faster than me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And with Andrew, how's it going today, mate?
It's not my day, but...
Well, you're doing all right. You know what? The turnaround point has been brought forward.
All right, okay.
Yeah, because they couldn't get the vehicle to the original one, so that's why
right.
it's yeah, not too far. No, you're doing well, mate. Just keep pushing it, mate. Keep pushing it.
Cheers, mate. You too.
All right, have a good one. See you
I'll
later.
see you at the finish.
Yeah.
Take care.
Cheers, mate.
See you soon, mate.
Yeah, nice one. Really, really nice, proper winter fan dance. Right, put the crampons back on. One of my mini spikes now actually broke. I've reapplied it. I had a bit of a fall as a result. I hit and miss these things. If there's any you can recommend, let me know in the comments. For some reason, it is harder in the snow. I've seldom been that happy to get to the top of Jacob's Ladder. Visibility is back. This is not an easy day out. Now this is what I've been looking forward to. Patch and curry. And this is really good curry. And festive 50 envelope. I'll open that at home. I'm not going to open that now. I'm going to have some curry. I'm having my curry chatting with Alex over here.
Hey.
How's it going?
Very good, thanks.
And you say you've done a bunch of these.
Yeah, I think this is my fifth one now. So
Oh, okay.
I did clean fatigue maybe 10, 11 years ago, something like that. And then it's been load bearing since then.
Nice one. You've got the actual. So this is a very exclusive, very famous. You can only really get it here. The ParaSilk AEE jacket.
Absolutely. I had my eye on it from the first clean
Fantastic.
fatigue, but I told myself I couldn't have one until I'd done the loaded.
Now tell the viewers about it, because there's something like what is it made of?
It's ParaSilk, so I love they get all the different parachutes come in, and then
Yeah.
and then they're all sort of custom made, so everyone's
So
different.
that is
and
actual parachute fabric. Yeah. It's very light. I just held one inside, and it's incredibly light.
I
Isn't
mean,
it?
yeah, I only ever
So
wear.
I guess it's a wind jacket. Is it a bit of proofing, bit of waterproofing?
Yeah, a little bit of waterproofing,
Yeah.
mainly window. I just find
Yeah.
like it's great because
Nice and
you can
light,
dump a
yeah.
load of heat out. I only ever wear a t-shirt under it,
Yes.
and that's plenty for a day like this.
Oh, brilliant. So you've done a bunch. But what did you think of today?
Today was really good. To be honest, today was probably my favourite one I've done so
Yeah.
far. It's
That's a good point. Yeah, it was tough, wasn't it?
it was painful. Time wasn't as quick as last time, but I mean, just for the views and for the snow and it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to let you enjoy your curry and me mine. But great to meet you, mate.
Fantastic to meet you.
We are joined by the hardest working man on the fan dance, Jimmy Freeth. Jimmy, welcome, mate. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you for inviting me on here, Ferdy. I'm very
No, really happy to have you on. And I ask you to join because this is a man I've never managed to beat on any of the events. We've just done the AEE Fan Dance weekend before last, where you put in a really good shift. I mean, what was your time in the end, sort of approximately? Do you?
was it 4:15, I think? 4:15.
For the conditions that we were in, that's amazing. And you didn't use walking poles, I saw.
No crampons.
Wow. And I put some pictures on. By the way, I did use walking poles. I have found out afterwards everyone with walking poles gets a 10-minute penalty, which is completely fair. I didn't actually know, but I know going forward.
Didn't know that.
So it mimics the military standard in that regard. So that's one for me to bear in mind for next time. Anyway, that is an incredible time. Before we go into that, what's your background, mate?
I come from a real rough, poor working class area called Winson Green, Ladywood. I'm originally from there. Rough and ready.
Right.
Dragged up. So it's like tough times breed tough people, I suppose. I was surrounded by a lot of tough people. Our upbringing was tough but great because we had
Yeah.
we call them our old bombed out houses, what we used to play in and all that sort of stuff. So we was always out in the outdoors and everything. And one of my best pals, the Wolf, and that, we was always out trying to camp out and stuff like that. I was actually in the Marine Cadets as a child.
Okay.
Brilliant, fantastic, love it. Recommend it for anybody who's got kids or anything like that. You know, like Army Cadets, Marine Cadets,
Yes.
anything like that. Get the kids out, get them off the games and all that sort of stuff, and the devices, get them out there. Doing all that sort of stuff. I was always on bikes, constantly on BMX, constantly. So built my legs up, good strength. Football, stuff like that. Obviously, primary school, senior school, left with no qualifications. Unfortunately, didn't apply myself really. Didn't understand too much at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Went into like menial jobs. Ended up doing pet food. I made pet food once. Car valeting, carpentry. I say carpentry, it was sanding down wood and toilet seats.
Yeah.
When I used to do valeting, construction, warehouse work, I used to do that. So we used to have to like put washing machines on our shoulders and load them up on the lorries. And I was, believe it or not, I was only like that. So that sort of built up my tenacity, my strength and all that sort of stuff. And it was all like, I was get in there, and it was a night shift, so it was really tough to do. Construction, things like that. I was running pubs when I was in my 20s. I've done minding, security, door work, stuff like that, and now I actually work in IT support and work for myself. So it's like I've gone from that to like this stuff. So that's me now, what I do. So.
Brilliant. How did you come up with the idea to start doing load bearing events? I think I've seen you for at least, I mean, I've personally come across you, I think probably about 2 to 3 years. But how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've got 3 sons who I love dearly, and a granddaughter as well now. So 2018, stuff like that, I was always up on the hills and mainly North Wales and things like that, just doing hiking really. And my lad wanted to join the cadets, so I went to join the reserves. I was about 22.5 stone, and I just read up online what you had to do. You had to do like a 1.5 mile run within 15 minutes or something like that it was. But previous to that, in one of my employments, I'd fell 13 foot off a ladder in the press up position. So I'd smashed both shoulders and a disc in my neck, which is still there now. Presses on the spinal cord all the time, so I was suffer a lot of pain. And then obviously with the scans and all that sort of stuff, and they says, oh, you know, you got to be careful, you shouldn't drive. And I was really paranoid for a couple of years. I was like scared, looking in the rear view mirror, just in case anybody shunted me from behind in the vehicle. And I didn't do any exercise or anything. And like I say, I was about 22.5 stone. And then I was speaking to a guy outside one of the cadet camps, and he goes, why don't you join up for the reserves? I went, nah, I'm too old. I was probably about 46 or 45 at the time. And I said, I'm too old. I said, I'm too overweight and too old. And he goes, no, you could do it. So I read up on it. I didn't tell anybody. So I just tried to practice me running. Didn't keep an idea on times or anything like that. And they called me for pre-selection at one of the units. And I turned up there, and I was the oldest person there, and there was all these young guys, and they're all in their gear and everything, and I thought, I'm well out of place here. I turned up like I'd forgot my PE kit, you know.
Right.
And they was going, oh, I do 5k runs. I had no idea what they were talking about. We do 5k runs, this, that, the other. Done the 1.5 mile run, and I think I'd done it in 8 minutes 20.
Yeah.
Like the guy was going, you beat everybody, you've nailed everybody. And then they kept calling me back for a pre-selection, kept passing it up against different people every time, kept coming top score and everything. And they asked for my medical records, and they got my medical records, and they says, we can't let you join because you wouldn't be able to march with £25 on your back for 2 miles. I said, yes, I would. And they said, no, you won't. And then also I've got arthritis in my knees and my ankles and that as well. So they says, no, you'd be no good for the army. I was absolutely gutted. It was like, I thought, what's the point of me doing, you know, in my head, I was thinking, what's the point of going all that, doing all that, getting all that way for nothing? There's no reason for doing it. And then I was, it was either, you know, you crumble and just forget about it, or you go around, pick yourself up in life, as you got to try and do, and get some positive out of it. So I looked online, I thought, what's the hardest route you can do? And obviously from reading books, and you know, obviously selection and stuff like that. Well, for selection, no chance of doing that. So I looked on some civilian events, and I found one, and it was 2020. I had no idea about it, read it all up and that sort of thing, didn't read it properly. I thought that you had to carry £45, right? But that £45 was for the lodestone, but I didn't know. And for anybody watching this, the lodestone is like a different event, isn't it, from the fan?
Yes.
You've got to earn your keep in that, so to speak. So I went there, I was panicking all night, up into Wales, I was panicking all night, unpacking the Bergen. I think we've all been there, haven't we? And
what year was that, mate? What year was that? How many years ago was that?
2020.
Okay.
Unpacking the Bergen, nerves and that kicking in. Had no idea of the weight of it. Went there with the water and everything, it was over £50. Nobody, I just didn't have a clue. There was 400 people, I think, alleged on the event. The only person I knew at the time, out of all those 400 people, whatever, was Lofty Wiseman, the SAS legend.
Right.
Only person I knew out of anybody. So I was like a fish out of water. Got talking to a few guys who were doing the events. Obviously, I was a greenhorn, you know, I was a Joe. It was -8 that year on top of the fan, and it was brutal. And my experience going from it was, as we going up the fan, there was people VWing. I had no idea what VW meant or anything else like that, and they were quitting. So you see people doing that, and then you're thinking, well, I could just quit this and I'll come back next year, or I'll come back another time. And I just thought, no, you're here now. Just keep going, keep going. So I just kept going, and I think I'd done that. My finishing weight of the Bergen was about £53, because I'd had a 3-litre bladder water drinking device on there. About £50 and I'd done it. I think the cut off was 6 hours on that year, and I'd done it in about 5 hours 20 minutes. Now I remember coming up Jacob's Ladder, and I got onto the road as you go down towards the granny path.
Yes.
The sun coming up, and I'll never ever forget that feeling, and it brought a tear to my eye, like the achievement I'd done mentally and physically, and from then I was just like hooked. It was like a change in me then. It was you mean it was great.
Absolutely fantastic, and I could totally relate. I mean, yeah, my very first fan dance, same thing. Just before I was going to lose reception, I knew there was no reception in the car park. And it was the first event I'd done, and I thought, I'll call my wife quickly before I lose reception. And I wasn't getting any fast time anyway, so I didn't worry about timing. And I called her up, and I told her about it, and I said, I need this. And she was quiet for a moment, and she said, I know you do. And it was a wonderful moment, because I knew from here on out, I was going to keep pursuing this hobby. And yeah, that's fantastic, mate. It's really good to hear that you got, I recognise that moment of getting the bug after one event.
You know yourself, when you're going through it, you want to give up, don't you? But obviously I just kept thinking of my 3 sons, and failure was not an option. And I just pictured myself having to go back to them and say, them going, did you do it, Dad? They would have loved me anyway, and respected me anyway, but I wanted to set the standard, set the bar, and, you know, some inspiration. And I thought, you are not giving up on this. And like I say, it was the change in me then, that was.
Mate, that's absolutely fantastic. I think you probably started hobby 1 or 2 years before me. I need to look up exactly the years, but I completely recognise that. And then I've seen you on, you know, and I've seen you on an endurance, right? I've seen you on so many events across the various companies. Weekend 9, have you done 1 or have you done 2 Weekend 9s?
1.
1, yeah.
Booking twice 2 years before, but every time it came up. Going back to the, do you remember when I said about like getting the knockback from the reserves and stuff like that?
Yes,
medically. 21, I caught COVID with double pneumonia.
Right.
And I nearly fell off the perch, really. And then do you remember when I was saying to you, I didn't understand of going through all the training for to pass the BFT and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
I couldn't fathom life, you know, why life had put me in that. And then if you think about it, maybe I had to get fit and get that fit to get me through the double pneumonia and the COVID. So my life really, didn't it? And I mean, I'd done the fan dance a year before, and then when I had the double pneumonia, I couldn't get 4 steps up the stairs. Mad, isn't it?
No, No, fantastic. So, out of all the ones you've done, what is the toughest one? Yeah, what is the toughest one that you think?
The toughest, I found point to point tough.
Right.
I've noticed with myself, I'll go for a stage of when I'm doing an event, and it's really breaking me. It's absolutely breaking me, and I'm falling to pieces. And it's like I get a second wind from somewhere, and then I seem to overcome it. It's like I struggled on point to point, but then ended up coming up Jacob's Ladder, coming out on top. And I was like romping up, and I don't know where it came from. And everybody was going, you know, guys who were doing it, like Stevie H and all that, and Tara and that, they're all going, where's your energy come from? And I went, I don't know. I just genuinely don't know. I don't know. It's just the tenacity was kicking out.
So that's a great time that you got this winter. So how do you sort of prepare and keep fit in the run up to these events, Jimmy?
I'll be honest with you. I've got to be totally honest, because anybody who knows me, they'll pull me out. I'm terrible for training. I'm so lazy. I'm lazy as anything. I'll probably do an odd little run here, a little 4-mile run or something. But I play rugby as well, so I don't even turn up for rugby training. I'm one of them people who I turn up, rock up, and do it and have a go, and that is it. I can't lie. I genuinely, that's the only thing that I do not train. I'm so lazy. Well, I'll say lazy as well, but my time in life, you know, like I say, I'm a father, I've got 3 kids, granddaughter, my job. I do a lot of volunteering as well. So, you know, I help out the young kids, like cadets and stuff like that. I help out a lot of other people with mental health and things like that. So I'm always busy. I'm always constantly, my phone's always going. That's why it's a bit of a juggle for me and you to sort of link up. But regards to training, I'm terrible, mate. I'm lucky if I get up on the hills. I'm quite lucky. I think my body's got like a muscle memory, and I'm probably 80% mental, 20% fitness. But I'm just not consistent. You know, if you see my Strava, you go, "We're a lazy Herbert." But that's the only thing. I'm just not consistent.
So there's a great picture of you coming up the top of Jacobs in your t-shirt. I could see that you've really been pushing it. Why were you just in a t-shirt?
I sweat a lot. I really do sweat, and I get some heat. And to be honest, I've got no patience with anything. So when I'm doing an event, I'll look at the top of like the hill, mountain, whatever, going to get up, and I go, right, just get to the top of that then. And I'll get to the top of it, and I go, right, just get down that road then. Just get round, and I'll do it like that. So the t-shirt thing was, I took my windbreaker off past Windy Gap, and I was just so hot, and I was like motoring as much as I can and trotting on and that, and I just felt really warm and hot.
I
looked round, and a few of the DS and a few people were going to me, "You okay? You okay?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm fine." But I was like really, really warm.
Okay, cool. So anything that's going through your mind is just you want to get to the top. It's get you up there.
I get to the top, one step in front of the other, as you know. It's the cliche. It's the same in life. You've got to get through every day as it comes, haven't you? And you've got to try and get through every hurdle and get over every hurdle. And the way I always see, I mean, you know, anybody who's suffered bereavement or stuff like that, anything like that, I don't think anything can hurt you as much as like that can hurt you, or like or losing a loved one. Yeah. So, regards to anything else, it's every day is a training day, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's in my mind, and it's like I do get a buzz out the pain, and you know, you've experienced it. It is a good feeling.
The weekend 9, I did my second one. You were on that as well. I wasn't going to do this year's, but I've since heard that my mates, so Mark is doing it, Vin is doing it, so I'm going to go again, because I've got to see how those guys get on. Mark Angel's doing it, and Vin. So, and some other people have never done it before, and it's such a, and if to anyone watching, it's a unique event, isn't it? So what I remember, I saw you the night before. In fact, it's on the video where Daniel White, you and me are walking up to the registration from the campsite. All 3 of us were camping, and I know you hung around, and whether I saw you later that night or the next morning, and you'd had a few drinks, and still you managed to finish ahead of me again. Is that mindset, or how did you get on the weekend 9?
It's I mean, I talked to a lot of the old guys who done selection and stuff like that, and they turn around and say, "Oh, what we do, we go and have a couple of beers to wind down and all that sort of stuff." And I suppose it was in that working class mentality, the British working class mentality. It was like, "Oh, I'll go and have a couple of pints and wind down and that sort of stuff." But again, 6 points, it's probably not ideal to do that and, you know, have a go at the event the next day. I mean, I thought that was harder than the fan dance.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't. Oh, absolutely, it's harder. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's advanced. I would say to anyone, perhaps don't start with the weekend 9 as your first event, unless you do come from a sort of half marathon or sort of ultra background. But otherwise, I'd say start with fan dance, get a couple of them under your belt. Yeah. In terms of the kit, any sort of kit tips or any stuff you swear by? Or
Good pair of boots. Make sure they're not too tight and not too big for you. Powder your feet, trim your nails. I'm terrible for that. My nails drop off. I don't know about you. They turn black and just drop off, and they, running down the hill with the weight, your toes are smashing into your boots. Couple of pairs of socks. Look after your feet. Good boots. I tell you what, I did wear on the last fan dance with no crampons, which were great. The Solomon GTX boots. I tried the first time and they were good. Altbergs are great as well. I do like them, but the Solomons, they serve me well. Get a decent Bergen. Obviously, keep the weight at the top and even it out as much as you can, and keep it strapped high to the top of your back. Great windbreaker. Windbreakers are lifesavers, as you know. You've got one of the AEE ones, have you? Yeah.
no, I've got two. I've got one that's a Rav. That is my longest standing piece of outdoor kit and the most used. I bought it for under 100 quid right at the start of when I started doing these things, and I bring it with me every time. Now I don't have an AEE one, but I've got a grey one that's brand new that I really love, and then I've got a Rav. But no, so I've seen the AEE ones. I don't have one of them, but no, you're right. You always need a good windbreaker.
Windbreaker. I mean, the AEE ones, they're made of ParaSilk, and I think they're about £130 or something. The greatest buy I've ever had. Like I say, so light.
You use one of them. Oh, brilliant.
Rip it off. That's why I was in the t-shirt, because I was in that, and I was sweating. I sweat a lot. I mean, I've noticed you with the events you do. You're like, I've never seen a drop of sweat off you, Ferdy, and you're belting along, and I just...
Everyone's different. Yeah, I'm always cold. Yeah, everyone's different, and aging affects people differently, and maybe it'll change in a few years again, but it's typically I've got a breathable fleece and a windbreaker, but yeah, everyone's different, mate. It's even though my heart rate's right up there. Yeah. Like my heart rate on the last one, I could see it's over 160, like consistently. But you're right, I don't tend to sweat at the moment. Yeah.
I think probably what the difference is, what you're saying there is probably true. I mean, I weigh 19.5 stone.
Right.
19 stone, 5 pound. And believe me, you got the 3 stone or whatever on your back as well. So, it's a good bit of weight. So that's why I end up with the t-shirt and that sort of stuff on.
Yeah.
That's the sort of kit I recommend. Obviously, a decent pair of gloves. But you've got to remember when you're doing any event like that, you've got to have it at hand to get rid of it. And start off, as we know, start off cold. You're better off starting off cold than hot.
Yes.
Because we've done those ones. You're all coated up and then you're like stripping off as you're going along. You're better off being cold. So that's what I am. Being cold keeps me moving quicker.
Yes.
And just put it out. And that has served me -4, -5 to get the wind off me. It's been great.
So for anyone watching, there'll be a link to the AEE Facebook page on the description, and if you have a little browse around there, you will find they do drops. They're exclusive. They're not easy to get hold of, but if you have a browse around there, you may be able to find the merch and be able to get your hands on one of them. So that's cool. Any events on your wish list, Jimmy, that you might look to in the future?
Yeah, I'd like to sort endurance out, get that done.
Right, yeah.
And the Commando Shuffle, which you've done, haven't you?
No, I haven't, but I'm looking at it this year, mate. I'm looking at it perhaps this year even. Unless it clashes, I'll do Commander Shuffle, yeah. Yeah,
so them two, and also as well, I'm going to get on the Like Wake Walk.
Oh, yeah. Me and Darren did that, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get on that this year with Big Phil. And what else will I do? I think he's got one at 3 Peaks. Have you done that one?
So Big Phil, you're talking about Phil Lee, right? Phil Lee, you're talking about, yeah, brilliant. Well, Phil, if you're watching, that was a brilliant event. And people, I'll put a link here to the video if people who want to see it.
Real good guy, real tough guy, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. And there's an interview with Phil here as well. I'll link that as well.
Yeah, he's an inspiration himself, isn't he? He
is. Yeah, he got about 96 miles into the spine. And then he turned out he'd injured himself, but he kept going to the point where he couldn't walk for about a year after. But no, he's an incredibly tough guy, yeah.
Yeah, top geezer. So maybe get a marathon in, maybe,
All right, yeah.
And I might just do it for the sake, get get it out of the way before I fall off the perch.
You know, I once did. There was somebody had a ticket that fell out of basically. I got like 4 days notice. It was someone from work, and they said I'd signed up for this 50k ultra, 50 kilometers, right? So I thought I'll do it, and I had no time to prepare. It's 2 years ago. I was reasonably fit. I'd just done a fan dance in 4:09, which is the fastest I've ever done it. It was in the summer, and I told myself I have to keep running or at least jogging. So I did 50k. I'm not going to say I was fast, but I told myself you're not allowed to walk. You're allowed to take little breaks.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to see if I could run for 50k, and I did. And I never thought about it. And then my app said, "Oh, you've completed marathon." I didn't. I said, "Did I?" The marathon's 42k, isn't it? So I thought, "Oh, fucking hell, I've done a marathon now." But it was good fun. No, but it's it's a clean fatigue, of course. So yeah,
No, I'm no.
good to do.
One day, my knees and that, and the arthritis is going to severely finish me. So I just want to get everything out of the way before it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
How I feel. So
Yeah. Final question for people watching this. I mean, neither of us are in our 20s anymore. For people watching this who think they're past it, what is your message to them?
you never passed it. You know, 50% of the battle of every day is putting your shoes on, isn't it, and leaving the house and doing something.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys, I've met friends for life who have been my friends for life on a lot of these events. You share tears, laughter, going through hell together. A lot of the guys now who I still see, and their nails, like some of them are nearly 70 and they got done and they're giving it some. So age is nothing. It's just about what you want to do. And you know what? If you don't turn around and pass, or you don't get the time, I don't see it as a time. The only person I'm competing in is with me. That's the only person.
Yeah.
If I see somebody I know, I'll have a little G up and we'll pass each other. And I see it all the time. Like after an event, they'll turn around and go, "Oh, you know, you got me on coming down the fan, or you got me down Jacob's ladder, and you caught up with me. Thanks, you know, I kept on your tail," and vice versa. And we'll have a little G up, and we'll become friends after that. But apart from that, I don't compete with anybody. I just compete with myself, and just put one foot in front of the other. Give it a go. You will meet people. You'll make friends for life. Even if you don't want to do an event, you don't, as you know further, you don't have to do it weighted. You could do it clean fatigue and stuff like that. Just get out on them hills. Get out. It's the best therapy I've ever had in my life. I wish I'd have done it when I was a kid. I mean, saying that, what did get me into it, what I forgot to tell you, was when we was like deprived kids from inner city areas, we was luckily in the 80s, we was taken up to Ogwen Cottage, which is a box in North Wales for Snowdon, and that's probably where my first thought of it, you know, we went up Snowdon just a bit, and I remember thinking, I'm going to get to the top of one of them one day, and that's where it come from originally. But get out in the outdoors, get walking, get hiking, it's great. You're never too old for anything, and it's the best therapy ever. Walk and talk and stuff like that, because that's what I do. I go out and about with people who are suffering mental health and all that sort of stuff. We have a walk and a talk and stuff like that, and it's very therapeutic. So you're never too old, you're never too big, you're never too small or whatever. Just get out there and do it, and you know, engage, and you'll make friends for life, and it'd be great.
Mate, that's absolutely fantastic. We're going to wind down there. Thanks very much for your time, Jimmy. It was great to speak to the hardest working man on the fan dance. For people watching, see you in the hills.
See you on the hills.
All right, guys. Unboxing, if you like, of the festive 50. So I collected this at the end of the fan dance that you've just seen. This is what you get when you complete. So I've the 50 miles, or equivalent to about 80k between Christmas and New Year. I did their summer Golden Road challenge for the Golden Road as well. It's a great virtual challenge. Obviously, you log your load bearing distance as well as your elevation on a website. So that looks, wow, that looks beautiful. And if you can see that. And it's actually not for profit. So the proceeds, apart from the cost, goes to a cat charity. Open that and patch. 50 miles. And then there's another one, night. Daytime, we've got multiple packs, Velcro at the back. Stick a couple of them. And then some text. I won't read. This is only for people who've completed it. An item. And then there is a story here. Again, I won't read it to you, but that I'll read in my own time, about the Reverend Carr, who had an adventure, a night in the snow, a miracle on the mind. And his boots now are held on rotation between Shrewsbury and Cardingmill Valley museums. So that is a really nice pack, earned by those who have completed the challenge. And you'd be surprised how many people don't complete it. Anyway, so that's the one I got this summer, which was another challenge. Very briefly, comes with its own set of patches. The Bud, named after Brian Budd, Victoria Cross winner, or is that how you say, awarded with the Victoria Cross? I don't really know what the right way of saying it is, in Afghanistan. But anyway, link will be in the description. Check out the AEE virtual challenges. They put a lot of effort into these. As always, see you in the hills.